And here we go. Let's handle this next question with all the grace that we have. So the question sentence reads, how many square feet of area does one tile cover? Everybody, even if we didn't see area given to us, the phrase square feet gives it away. Square units, square feet, square inches, square yards, square miles, square meters. This means area. But thankfully, they tell us explicitly area right there. But nonetheless, everyone, we are calculating area. Now, can anybody tell me what shape we're calculating the area of? Yeah, we're calculating the area of a square. A square tile is what we're given. So we are calculating the area of a square. Boom, right there. And the area of a square is going to be its side multiplied by itself. All right. So when we think about this, for those of us that want to go straight in and say, yeah, we're going to throw in the 18 times 18. And when I did that, I ended up getting 324. If that's what happened to you, unfortunately, that's incorrect. The reason is, everybody, what are the units of these 18s? What are the units of these 18s? Yeah, the units are inches. So if we take a look here and we write this as 18 inches times 18 inches, when you do the math, that's going to give you 324 square inches. Look at that. Calculated. Okay, cool. But the problem, everyone, the problem is that we wanted what? We wanted square feet. Is that square feet? Absolutely not. That is not square feet. So that's why we have to reconsider, everybody. So before I reconsider this, before I do the problem from the beginning again, do we understand why simply multiplying 18 by 18 didn't work? Good. Because remember, one of the best ways to get it right is to know every way that it can be done wrong. And right here, I think we can agree that this clearly says square feet and this clearly says square inches. That's why this is the wrong answer. It's the correct area, sure. It is the area, that is correct. But it's not in the way that we were told to present it. So with that said, we are going to get rid of the 18s from right there. Boom, goodbye. And first, what we must do, the first thing we need to do is turn 18 inches into feet. That's what we need to do. So everyone, help me out. 18 inches, how many feet can fit in just 18 inches? Yeah, we can fit a whole foot in there. Because remember, everybody, 18 inches, is 12 inches along with 6 remaining inches. Everyone, think about it like this. If we have 12 inches, that's going to be 1 foot for sure. But when we think about 6 inches, how much of a foot is that? Is that a quarter? Is that half? Is that 3/4? How much is 6 inches? Half. Exactly. So everyone, is it fair to say, to you especially, is it fair to say that 1 foot 6 inches can be written as 1.5 feet? Is that fair to say? Yeah, absolutely fair to say, right? Cool. So pay attention. I now know the right way to do this problem. I now know that I'm not supposed to be multiplying 18 times 18. I'm supposed to be multiplying 1.5 feet times 1.5 feet. This is what's going to give me my answer in square feet. So all that's left for us to do is to figure out what 1.5 times 1.5 is. Also, shout out to the another trick answer. C, it is not the correct answer because we have to multiply first. So here, 1.5 times 1.5, here we go. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry the 2. 1 times 5 is 5. Carry the 2 is 7. Place a 0, and we're going to do the same thing here. We have 5 times 1, so that's going to be 5. 1 times 1, and that's going to be 1. Add this up, and we end up getting 5 right there. 12 over here, carry the 1, and then 2. We have 2 decimal places, 1, 2. So we'll bring back 1, 2. And there we are. The final answer is 2.25 square feet. And that is going to be answer choice B. And there we go, my party people. So for those of you that knew that, yeah, area, side times side, that's what we have to do. That's part 1 done correctly, absolutely. But the problem was that you have to understand what you're looking for, square feet. If we would have stuck with the 18 inches, that was square inches. So here the problem is square feet. If this was written as square inches, yeah, that would have been correct. But that was the trick. And not really more so a trick, but a challenge or an exercise in paying attention to the information. So there we go again. The answer choice, the correct one is B. And as always, I hope you enjoyed that problem. All right, here we go. Problem here. First thing we do is we're going to read that question sentence. So first thing right over here, how much flour does she have now? So we're going to take that question sentence, and that doesn't really tell us a whole lot, really, because it doesn't really tell anything about the story. So all I know is that we want to know how much flour we have now. So that means that, again, something probably happened. So let's just go ahead and read the information. Sarah has this many pounds of flour. She uses this many pounds to bake cookies and then buys another 2.4 pounds at the store. All right, everybody. So it's really not going to be about the numbers. It's going to be about what the numbers mean. So one more time. Here's our friend Sarah. She has 3.5 pounds of flour. So we're going to just treat that as 3.5 right over here. Then from there, it says she uses. Everybody, the word uses, what might that mean in this context? When we're using some amount, yeah, that's going to be subtraction. So Sarah uses this many pounds, so we are going to be subtracting 1.8 pounds. And then from there, it reads, and then buys another 2.4 pounds at the store. Everyone, what can we say the word buys implies? Yeah, that means addition. That means we're gaining some more. By going to the store, we purchase it and we get more of it. So boom, there we are. So we can say that buying another 2.4 pounds is going to be just adding right over here. All right, so there we go. That's the math that we have to do. So as you can tell, we're dealing with decimals and there are no excuses. You know that it's your responsibility to be able to handle decimals. And at the same time, if you want to save some time on this problem, we can notice that instead of subtracting 1.8 first and then add 2.4, to be honest, everybody, take a look. I can actually say this. Instead of subtracting first and adding second, I can add first and subtract second. Take a look. This is going to make things slightly easier because when I go ahead and add 3.5 and 2.4, look at what this helps me out with. 0.5 and 0.4 makes 0.9. 3 plus 2 makes 5. So we have 5.9. And when I go ahead and subtract the 1.8, notice that I don't have to borrow now. I don't have to borrow anything because I can straight up go 9 minus 8. And we all know that that's going to be 1. And so then 5 minus 1 gives us 4. And so our final answer is going to be 4.1. And there we are. Booyah, nice and easy. 4.1 pounds, which is answer choice A.